Hi, so I've seen a lot of posts about the passing of Ronnie James Dio and that it's been 15 years, which seems like forever and then no time at all. I mean, I guess as you get older, that's the way things get. When this initially was a news story, I had a blog over at WordPress, and so I wasn't doing YouTube videos or anything. And this was like one of the first 10 or 12 entries that I had made, and I kept up with it off and on until about 5 years ago. So I thought I would go back to the day that I pinned this, which, Ronnie had passed within just a few days. So I wanted to share this with you guys. And I titled it My Heart Cries Black Tears, a tribute to Ronnie James Dio. Bit dramatic. I haven't read this since I wrote it 15 years ago, so hopefully it is not too cringe inducing. But here we go. On Sunday, May 16th, I read one of the saddest headlines of my life. Legendary heavy metal vocalist Ronnie James Dio dies. And I was truly shocked. I knew that Ronnie had been in a difficult battle with cancer and was still getting treatments. But in the last few weeks, we had been hearing how Heaven and Hell were planning on touring. Ronnie himself spoke of a follow-up to his concept album, Magica. It seemed that nothing could stop the mighty Ronnie James Dio from continuing his campaign of heavy metal. Then a moment later, he is gone. It seems the family knew this was going to happen as they gathered that weekend to say their goodbyes to their beloved family member. With him no longer amongst us, a light in the world is no more. An icon, a true icon of heavy metal had been taken by forces beyond anyone's control. Ronnie's popularity is bigger than the genre of music for which he was known. People outside the world of heavy metal know about the pint-sized wizard with the voice of a god. You can't help but be in awe of his beautiful, almost lament-laden voice that in an instant can become as loud as wrathful thunder. His lyrics that champion open-mindedness and acceptance of all, spirituality, and especially the trials and tribulations of everyday life. His love for all things magic is known to anyone who have listened to even one of his songs. Not the parlor tricks that cheapen the experience of life, but true magic. The magic of living a life with purpose. The magic that happens when souls connect and we embrace one another as family. The real magic that resides in every one of us if we choose to do the difficult task and be true and honorable in a world that makes it so easy to be dishonest and corrupt. I've always heard that Ronnie was a gentleman's gentleman, a kind soul who appreciated his fans and never took them or his talent for granted. I heard him in an interview state that he never got nervous before a show, and why should he? He, along with his band, were going to do a great show because that is what they do. So why be nervous? It is what his fans demand, and it is what he demands of himself and his crew. That is an artist who knows who he is and knows what he wants. What about the man is there not to admire? I discovered Ronnie, like most of us do, as I got into heavy metal when I was about 12 years old, back in '82. I discovered Judas Priest, then Black Sabbath, which led to, of course, Heaven and Hell, the album, which led to Ronnie James Dio and his solo band, Dio. Now don't get me wrong, I like Ozzy a lot, and I love Ronnie James Dio. For the first time, I heard Neon Nights and the absolutely haunting Sign of the Southern Cross. I was hooked. I subsequently listened to every recording I could find that had his voice gracing a script of music. Ronnie's time with Ritchie Blackmore and Rainbow and the song Stargazer is an opus of pure genius. And of course, Holy Diver is a pure heavy metal anthem. I could go on and on about each and every song, but I must point out one more thing that the mighty Dio gave us. And we all know it. You know where I'm going with this. Even those who should never entertain the idea or just know no better, they do it. The salute that signals one metal warrior to another. Whether you are in denim and leather on a motorcycle or Dockers and a collared shirt on the way back to work. Metalheads, all are we, when we salute with that symbolic gesture lovingly as the horns. The horns that signal a positive when we hear something, read something, say something, or just think something that is pure metal. We all can thank Ronnie and his grandmother for the horns. If you don't know the story, it is available all over the internet and expressed much better by Ronnie James Dio than myself. So I won't recount it here, but I suggest you look it up. In closing, Ronnie, we love you. You mean, and I mean in the present, so much to many of us. Our genre of music, which sees its death and resurrection in every generation, owes a huge debt of gratitude to you. You have never faltered in waving the flag of heavy metal, and you have never excused yourself from our music like others in your line of work have done. You are the consummate father of heavy metal. There will never be another like you. In your absence, the world is now a little less heaven and a little more hell. I hope you forever rest in peace. And as long as I live, I will miss you. Long live Ronnie James Dio. You have never faltered in waving the flag of heavy metal, never apologized, and you have never excused yourself from our music.